Alright, so what we're gonna do is first, okay, we can see the belt in here. That's the alternator belt. Look at this, stuck. Alright, so let's take off the power steering pump. What I want to do is I want to take this pump and just put it to the side. Then we'll work on the bottom. We'll take off the pulley and the tensioner for the AC belt. So let's start off by taking off this 12 here. Okay, so this thing works like a tensioner itself. So you would put a half-inch pry bar in there, breaker bar, and pull on the alternator. And there's the second bolt down here, 12 millimeter also. And I'm gonna take off this ground from right here. Throw that out of the way. You see how the belt became loose? Just like that. Anyways, I'm gonna take both of these off and then we'll come back. Okay, so this baby is 25 plus years old. By the time you guys watch, it might be older than that, but there's my 10 millimeter for the ground. Very important you put that back. But I got the two bolts from the power steering. I like to keep things in order. Let's push these to the side and don't lose order of anything. So the belt should just come off, just like that. And once the belt come off, you pump. And what you want to do is you want to pull out this reservoir bottle here also. Okay. And the power steering pump and the bottle, everything is going to give you more room not to work. You're going to have one cable going that way, but you should be able to move this thing around to work here and also to work on the timing here. But anyways, we're going to take off this little guy right here, the 14 millimeter, and then we're going to turn this to release this belt. And then I am going to completely take off this tensioner housing. So there's a 12 millimeter and there might be another bolt in the bottom. So we got a 14 millimeter wrench on this baby, and what we're going to do is, oh my leg got magnetic. And we're going to turn this counterclockwise. Just don't hurt yourself. This thing is not going to be easy. And it's been there for years. And a couple of threads. Okay, a couple of threads. And this little guy. The pump just turned down a bit. And it hit that. So I'm just trying to turn a few more turns, so we can have enough free play in this baby. And then we can put the 10 millimeter and turn this baby. And you might want to throw some W40 or penetrating oil right there. So let me get that. There's our 440. W440. This little guy is gonna get a little bit of lube right there. Right on that center bolt. Anyways, now we can turn this baby. Okay, next we got ourselves a 10 millimeter here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this baby. There you go. You see that tensioner go down? Whoa, yeah. Let's see how far I can go. So I can maneuver this around, and then I should be able to get these bolts off as well, because the timing cover is not gonna come out unless you take off all that. So this belt is not gonna come off completely, because the bottom lower mount on the side mount there is gonna be on the way. But we're still gonna drop this guy, this belt, just like that. It feels great to work on this baby. Anyways, I might take off this completely. Let's take off this center bolt, because we are replacing this pulley. You do not want to lose that bolt if there's any washers or anything in it. Okay, there you go. If there's any washers, make sure you keep them in order. One washer fell down from the front of it. And there's our pulley right here. It doesn't have this little guy in the center. So we did drop a washer down here. We're gonna look for that. I did feel something there. So this guy goes like that. And this is in the front of it, and there's a washer there. There's something there that I dropped. So I'm gonna keep this in order, just like that. I'm gonna put it to the side. I do need to find that other part. Okay. This belt will come out. The outside belt will come out. That's the first belt. So where did we drop? I'm gonna have to find that little guy, whatever I dropped. But right now, what I can do right now is I can take off the 12 here. I'll take it off from the bottom. I'll take off the 12 top here, and then I'll take the one from the bottom. Gonna get my gear wrench that I had here. I just had it here, right here. Here you go. So this is a 12 millimeter right here. So let's take off this right now. And then it'll be easy for me to work in the bottom to get the bottom piece out. To get the belt out, we are gonna have to put floor jack and get this mount off, so we can get the belt is like running right through the center. And a lot of people, they like to turn their engine block and top deader center everything, and we're gonna do the same thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna knock out the center bolt. Remember, all of this belt broke, so all the belts are off. This belt looked like crappy. This is not gonna come out yet, but there's our. We'll do a video on this stuff. Talk about belts. Put this baby to the side. Now what I want to do is, there's two 14 millimeters and a 17, 19, whatever this is. I think this is a 17 or a 19. Okay. This is a 19. I want to get this mount out of the way. If that mount looks bad, just replace it. If it looks good, like this one doesn't look so bad, but I might change that guy. But I might leave it alone for now because that's like a 10-minute job. Okay, it's spinning from the back. It's spinning from the back. So what I'll do here is, it's gonna be a disaster here. So this will usually spin from the back end. Let's see what's spinning. Okay, the whole key from the back is spinning. Okay, I didn't want that. So you know what? Let me get the 14 here. Okay, it's rusted, completely rusted. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. But what I'm gonna do here is, I do not like this. I do not like this. Oh, I have my hand fingers. Okay, I'm gonna figure that out, but right now at least we can get the belt off. Never came across something like that. These always come off, but look at this. This is seized in. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna keep it working. This is not gonna stop me from working. So it's a 12 millimeter there. There's a 12 millimeter on this little guy. See, that's a 12 want to take off, and that whole mechanism for the tensioner would come off. See the impact? Push this to the back. I did loosen this. I'm not even gonna take this off. Don't need to. And let's see if there's any more bolts. If there's any more bolts, it's gonna bother me, but I don't feel anything. And I don't see why it doesn't want to come out. Okay, there's one more down here. So definitely gonna have to take this guy off. Let's take this off. It's loose already. 12 millimeter on the top. There's 12 millimeter in the bottom. This whole mechanism right here is gonna come off. And probably just gonna drop just like that. Let me see if I could grab it with this bolt there. It's coming down. Okay. Remember that washer I dropped in earlier? I found that on the floor, so make sure you pick that up. Let's go take a look at that washer. So we're gonna put this whole thing here. So there's a 12 millimeter here. There's a 12 millimeter that goes right through here. And this was the washer, okay? This washer was right here in the center. The other way around, it's the same thing, and this bolt goes on top. Got the valve cover on, got the ignition coil cables in, got the belt in there, and there's the adjuster, just like we took it apart. This one you gotta put in a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch drive pry bar. I'm sorry, I keep saying pry bar, breaker bar. Pull on it. It's gonna pull up on it, and then even to get the belt off, you gotta pull down on it because this pump doesn't, this lines and stuff doesn't let it go down a bit. So it might give you a hard time to get the belt on. So do that properly. Tighten that up, lock this up as you just tighten the belt. So these belts are not crazy tight, so they will wear out, and I might want to end up adjusting at one time. This is a friend of mine, he lives around the block. So him driving around for a few days, these belts are gonna stretch out.